How's it going, you sexy beast? Today, we'll be discussing the newest patch for Planetside 2, aptly named Game Update Number 2, which came out on the 2nd of February, or yesterday, at the time of posting this video. Now, this isn't going to include every single detail from the patch notes, as I don't want to be questioning your intelligence, as I'm sure you know how to read. The main point of this video is to cover the largest topics that the patch is bringing to the planet of Araxis, and what it means to you. Now, before we begin, I apologize for the lack of good footage in this video. I'm in a bit short of time right now and decided the crown would do, as there's always a fight there. Also, I'm running around with the newly released Iridani SX5 SMG for the Vonner Sovereignty, which I will indeed do a gun review of once I get the time. So, sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Alright, so first things first, I will be posting the patch notes in the description below, so if you want to read along as I cover all the topics, go ahead. So, there's been a big change for how spotting works. You can no longer point your gun in the general direction of enemies, press Q, and see the entire minimap light up with red dots. With this change, you have to be within up to 30 meters to get an easy spot on a target, and spotting also has a cooldown, so you can't just spam your spot key and win. I'm thankful for this change and could see it pushed even further to make spotting very difficult, or just give the Infiltrator class an added ability to spot targets easier than the other classes. There have been a large amount of weapon tuning with a big eye towards shotguns. First up, though, all weapons have been given their proper medals. Yay! No longer will you unlock a medal for the Ursa after you've achieved 1000 SVA 88 kills. That kind of makes sense, right? Next, Vonner pistols have been given better accuracy while aiming down the sights by about 10%. Rejoice, fellow Manticore users! Shotguns have been buffed all around, with reduced vertical recoil per shot and reduced accuracy loss per shot as well. The distance needed before damage fall-off occurs has been increased to 8 meters, giving shotguns a longer killing reach. The new Conglomerate's Jackhammer has been buffed as well, lowering recoil, reducing accuracy lost during firing, pretty much making reload speed quicker, and overall increasing movement speed as well while aiming with the weapon. Underbarrel grenade launchers have had their direct impact damage increased, while their explosive radius decreased. This makes direct hits or near hits to be more lethal, but less effective if the explosion barely scratches the target. No more running by some enemy and a grenade nearly killing you. Big thing for foot soldiers is the implementation of spawn invulnerability. Any player who just spawns or even gets revived will have a short span of complete invulnerability until they either move or take any other action. Also, an auto run feature has been implemented as well, which I've heard a lot of people beg for in the past couple of months, and will be bound by default to the equals key, allowing your soldier to continuously run after the key is toggled. A big change for vehicles have been coming out. First up, players can no longer influence objective points or capture them while being in a vehicle. It's about time an engineer and an MBT can't cap the point I'm trying to defend, since I kinda can't hurt them. Rotary weapons for the air superiority fighters have had their projectile velocity lowered, while also giving a increased total of ammunition carried, which pretty much gives it a more defined role as a close quarters weapon. Doesn't make sense as an airplane, but hey, they got it. The Vanguard has been given increased top and side armor, allowing it to take an additional cannon shell from either location, further improving its combat effectiveness. Prowler has also been given its sweet-ass anchored mode, allowing the tank to root itself in place, but gaining increased projectile speed and a faster reload rate. This pretty much turns the Prowler from a very, very speedy and fast-firing tank to a completely rooted sniper rifle. New decals and camouflages have been added to the game, but if you're truly interested, just check out the patch notes or the market in-game. There's a lot of them, and most of them are the standard camouflage of the 3 current in-game continents to allow soldiers to blend in better to their surroundings. There are a ton of user interface changes, which I'm sure you can tell just by logging into the game. First big things to state are the changes to experience and how it's represented. There is now an experience multiplier percentage above the minimap adjacent to the certification point display. This will show what effects are active to give you bonus experience. As for certification points, there's now a tiny bar next to it showing you how much more experience you need in order to gain the next certification point. There's a lot of color changes and new sound effects for different UI elements as well, but I'll let you check them out in the patch notes as there are just way too many to state. A new tiered experience system has been implemented for getting different kills or being killed, and for the sake of me, I have no idea why they put this in. First off, if you kill a newly spawned or revived player, you will only be awarded 25 experience for the kill. Next, if you take out a player who has been alive for more than 10 seconds, they'll be awarded the full 100 XP. After that, if players have earned 1000 XP but less than 2000 in their life and you kill them, you will be awarded 150 XP for taking them out. Finally, if you take out a target who has earned 2000 XP in one life, you will be awarded 300 XP for killing them for taking out a high threat target. I assume this system is to help out newer players and give you a much more juicy kill for finish off an opponent's kill streak, but I kind of find it tedious at most. As an added bonus, if you have purchased the Alpha Squad Founders package, your boosts have been upgraded to increase all experience and resources earned by 50% as opposed to the old 10%. Thank you, SOE. Facilities have been given a huge overhaul in terms of defenders' ability to use all of their tools at their disposal to hold off incoming attacks. First of all spawn rooms have been upgraded to be more defensible and should cut down on the insane amount of spawn camping. Here's looking at you, Biolabs. Next up, tunnels have been added to amp stations and tech plants, which are only available to the defending teams and will show up in key locations throughout the facilities. This cuts down on the dead zone when spawning at an SCU-controlled spawn room and having to try and run through no man's land to get back to the amp station. Also, this should prevent the necessity of a sunderer needing to be parked inside said stations in order for the defenders to hold off an attack. All amp stations have been given Empire-specific jump pads as well, allowing defenders to move more freely throughout the facility and not allow attackers to easily wreak havoc. These jump pads will only be usable by the Empire that is in control of the facility. Now, for the final edition we have all been waiting for, new guns! With this patch, we have been given a set of 3 new submachine guns, one for each faction. The Terran Republic now have access to the SMG-46 Armistice. The new conglomerate can obtain the AF-4 Cyclone, and the Vanu Sovereignty have revealed the Iridani SX-5. These submachine guns all feature unique firing and reloading sounds, all of which are faction-specific. The guns have a pretty awesome bolt animation, which makes these guns look very unique during use. The new conglomerate and Terran Republic submachine guns bolts fly back and forth as shells are ejected from the weapon, and the Vanu Sovereignty's SMG has a heat dispersion mechanism on the barrel that expands as you fire, as I'm sure you can tell in this video. These weapons all fill a unique role of being a high fire rate, low damage weapon system that any class has access to, just like shotguns. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the newest patch for Planetside 2, adding an extra fine layer of awesome onto the awesomeness that is currently Planetside 2. I hope you guys found this video both informative and entertaining. If you did enjoy the video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you did not, thumbs it down and let me know what I can improve on. Please let me know your thoughts and opinions on this patch in the comments section below, because I would love to hear your thoughts. Personally, I think it's a good move, aside from the experience changes. That just kind of seems a little bit interesting. So, would you guys want to see more videos like this? Go ahead and subscribe. It's free.